Hey girl, welcome back to my channel, Parenting with Purpose. I'm Christian, and today I want to talk to you about the pressures of being a single mom. Now, this video really came from a moment. My son was having a rough time with his schoolwork, and I just took a break, put the books to the side for a second, and just to talk to him because he stated that he didn't feel like he mattered. He had a few words, and the main thing that I took from it was when he said he don't feel like he matters. And so that stands out to me. That's a huge red flag to me. And so in the last video, I did speak to you about how my son had, he experienced an emotional breakdown, and we are still working through that. This is the beginning of the journey, so I don't have the answers. We are just working through this right now. And so with him saying he didn't feel like he mattered, I wanted to remind him of who he is. And so by doing that, I brought him back to the Word of God. And really, I just brought him starting back in Genesis, knowing that he was made in the image of God. We are made in the image of God. And so if we're made in the image of God, and for someone to say that they don't feel like they matter, then obviously you're saying that God doesn't matter. If we're made in the image of God, we're not saying that we are God. That's not what we're saying, but we're made in the image of God, right? If you're saying that you don't matter, you're saying God doesn't matter. That even goes as far as you saying that you don't matter, but you have God say he knew you before he put you in your mother's womb. God saw it. God saw to it that he allowed you to be birthed. He formed you in your mother's womb. He gave you your personality. He gave you the gifts and talents that he wants to use through you on this earth to make a difference. So just having that talk with my son and letting him know that he does matter, it took some time. Obviously, it's not, sitting down and all of a sudden it just goes away. It doesn't work that way. So just talking to him, bringing him back to the Word of God and showing him what God says about him, how God describes him, how, what God says about him and who he is. And so, but I also wanted to turn this around because as single moms, there are pressures that come with working your child through an emotional breakdown, because obviously it's something that has been going on for quite some time in silence. The emotional breakdown is when it just all comes up, right? So we're still working through it, but I wanted to talk to you as the mom. Yes, there are pressures that come with mental health, getting mental health help. There are pressures of just it being you in the home with your child. There are pressures that come with that. And so I want you to know that you matter. I want you to know that you matter. If you think that what you're doing is not enough, it is sadly mistaken. What you are doing is changing the trajectory of your child's life. What you are doing is building a legacy. Yes, I'm all for building wealth. I'm all for leaving my children's children something. I get that. But what you are doing right now, you are taking care of God's child. You are the one. You're feeding that child. You're feeding your child. You're doing the laundry. You're washing dishes. You are cooking. You're cleaning. You're helping your child with homework. You're praying for your child. That takes energy. Okay? You're doing everything for your child. I want you to know that God sees you. The moments that you're having the breakdowns yourself, the emotional breakdowns yourself, the moments that, tears are hitting the pillow, the moments that, you feel like nobody sees you, the moments that you are still trying to get your child to you and your child to get to church just so you can hear the word and get some type of hope, just so that you can face tomorrow. God sees you. I promise he sees you. And so the one thing that I want you, or one thing I want to challenge you to do this week, is to be open, because God has his way of showing you, hey, I see you. Hey, I'm smiling on you. Hey, this is my hug to you. You have to be open to seeing it. This past week, my friend, so I hadn't even talked to my friend at the time, and you know, I woke up that morning and she had texted me saying, I just want to treat you to a Starbucks coffee and a breakfast. And she had no idea how that really touched me. Again, I hadn't had the chance to talk to her about anything, but just to wake up and to see, I had just finished praying and it just pouring out my heart to God, and to wake up to a text message where my friend said, I just want to treat you this morning to a coffee and a breakfast. I'm gonna put in an order, you go and pick it up. And that did so much for me. For me, that was God saying, I see you. So I want to challenge you to be open this week as you're entering into this new week, as we approach Mother's Day tomorrow. I just want you to stay encouraged that God sees you. You are not alone, and it is not always going to be like this. It is not going to always be like this. So stay encouraged and know that you matter. If you know another mom who needs this encouragement, feel free to go ahead and share it with her. Go ahead and like this video. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.